I love this country. This is my favorite part of Montana, and I love this type of hunting. Elk are in the rut hard. That helps, and we're seeing a lot of big bulls. We're just letting them get up over the ridge in this timber, about 700 yards ahead of us right now. They don't have a clue we're here. Montana is an extremely important state to us. It's the home state of the Elk Foundation. It's really where the concept of the RMEF volunteers was conceived. The volunteer element of the Elk Foundation is the backbone of our organization. This state in Montana, I run into a lot of our volunteers, and even Tim, the gentleman that I'm hunting with, is very active in supporting the Billings chapter.
Go get him.
We're going. That little 5 with him, he's probably the one that'll come to the call.
Yeah. We're thinking about going down a little lower, and then maybe bringing him down and calling him down to us.
He's close. He'll come right to us. Yeah, he'll come right to us. He might have cows.
Get tucked in right there.
Here he comes. He's looking right at me.
Something was up, and then just turned around and wheeled. He must have smelled us. The wind shifted.
He had to have been within 40 yards of Tim. Let's see that wind.
Just not the right conditions.
Hunting out here like this just brings it home for me.
Going at it.
Oh man, they're really going at it.
They're really good balls.
Yeah. How valuable our mission is to elk and elk country. Probably within the next 3 to 5 years, we would hit 1 million acres conserved in Montana alone. It's critically important to us to be engaged in places like this and east, west, north, south, Montana, as all states. That's it. That sounded right straight down in the bottom.
Right below us. Big bull.
grew up hunting deer in the Black Hills of South Dakota with my family. It was a very significant part of how I was raised. It's one of the things that motivates me in this job about leaving some type of legacy behind, because it's so critical. And he just walked over the top.
I don't know where this lone big bull went, but there could very easily be more elk down there in that bottom. He's just a mad fighter bull. He's a dandy. Looks like he broke his fifth off. Yep.
I grew up with a great respect for wildlife and what it takes for wildlife to sustain itself. If you're providing for elk, you're providing for many things. Bird habitat and deer habitat and many, many other animals, and I'm all for that.
If we could make it across this bottom. That's what I'm waiting for, him breaking the tree. He's got 3 points on his left and 5 on the right. He's a dandy bull, but he's all broke up. I think we're gonna pass on him. As bad as I want to go after him, he's like 330, but he's just too busted up. We gotta get on this hill and go way past those cottonwoods. We stay in the bottom. It's a swamp all through here. We can work that creek right down, because we get in the creek and then the thermals plus the west wind. We'll be bringing it out the bottom.
Well, this is our last afternoon. We're going to try and go in on these elk that we lost this morning that got out ahead of us.
Try to walk past them, get the wind and turn around and come back this direction.
Yeah, hopefully. We just couldn't get anything to happen. They would respond, but they wouldn't come in. We couldn't get them to do anything else.
There's at least 3 more. 3 more big bulls. Big. There's probably 8 or 10 bulls in this draw right now. They're bugling back and forth at each other from one side of the creek to the other. That big bull just came under him. Holy crap. Don't move. That's the big guy. They're playing chess right now. I like the side we're on. Cow calls again. I don't know if they saw us or whether they winded us, but we busted them, and they skedaddled out and went up and over the hill. I think he's moving away from us. He's sure not coming to us. He just wouldn't come out of the timber and show himself. We might get a quick early morning daybreak hunt in the morning, but that'll be it. Otherwise, we're going to strike out here in the Judith River breaks. This is our last morning. This is our last shot. So, who knows? We might get a shot at one here. Get around a little bit because we're almost dead even with them now. But I can't see them. They must all be in there. You get right here. I'm gonna go back over there and call. Here comes the little one. I need to draw. Crap. Cow call. They got me busted. Ah, crap, I can't draw. They got me busted.
Man, last ditch
Oh,
effort,
well,
and
yeah.
it almost worked.
It almost worked. They would have all eaten really well.
And I was still excited. They were
Oh,
coming.
absolutely. Totally. What else is there? That's what you come for. They have not disappointed us, man. They have shown us a lot of large elk. Elk in a place like this, where a lot of people would bet there wouldn't be elk, but because the habitat is so right, you can see what the efforts of our organization and others, what it brings to the table as far as providing for wildlife. And it is nearly 100% supported by hunters. Hunters should take pride in that, but hunters also need to understand it's our job and our responsibility to continue that legacy so that places like this will be full of elk 100 years from now, and that's one of our wishes.
Sometimes you're so close you can see the elk steak on the grill in midsummer, and then in a blink of an eye, your steak is running over the hill out of sight. That's just the way it goes. David Allen and Tim Compton came close on this hunt. As you can see, it's about the appreciation of the landscape, the animal we love to hunt, and the habitat it roams that makes us outdoors men and women. Plus, there's always next time. Speaking of next time, or at least second chances, you may remember that earlier in the season I began in Utah on an archery hunt, and I was unsuccessful. Luckily for me, the tag I had allowed me to return late season and give it a go with my rifle. So here goes my second chance in Utah. It's November the 7th and I'm back with Red Creek Outfitters in Utah. I didn't kill a bull with my bow in the very beginning, and I was pretty optimistic about that, and here we are. It's rifle season. I've never rifle hunted here. I've heard about the madness and how incredible the place is, so that's what we're gonna do. I bet we've seen 300 or 400 head of elk on this mountain, you know, this morning in the first 15 minutes. It's just pretty amazing what these guys have up here. And how many bulls are over there? 4 that we can see. Probably more in there. 4 in there embedded. Yep. This is one of my favorite places in the country to hunt, and I was fortunate enough to be able to come back. They said in November the migration kind of starts. These elk come from out of the real high country and they move over to that mountain, and man, they were not kidding. And there were elk everywhere. National Weather Service just sent a winter storm advisory. They're calling for 1 to 3 feet of snow, which makes where we're at impossible to get out of. We're gonna ease up here and see if we can get it done today. If he's gonna bugle all day, why don't we just go after him? Probably even ease up there a little bit closer, you know? What do you think? Standing up. He's getting up. You gotta keep on breathing down. I'm gonna wait till he clears the trees. Wow. When I got on the plane yesterday to come here, this is exactly the type of bull that I was going to be tickled pink to come back with, and we got it done. And just so happened to get it done on the first day. Stoked about that. Conservation is working, and the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation is working. And coming back here in November to see it firsthand, it's pretty incredible. So they stick to the motto of exactly what we say: hunting is conservation. Just as this hunt played out, it happened extremely fast and luck was on my side. The National Weather Service had issued a strong winter storm advisory for the area that we were in. Simply put, I flew into Utah with 1 day to hunt. We got there, we were able to glass a bedded bull, climb down the slope, get into position. He stood up, and I made a shot that allowed my family to enjoy elk meat the rest of the year. Trust me, it almost never happens that easy, and in this situation, I was glad it did. A huge thanks to Red Creek Outfitters for allowing me the chance to come back to a place I honestly love. You guys are the best. Lastly, I want to invite you, the viewer, to log on to rmef.org so you can see how the RMEF is making a difference through conservation and how you can get involved. Until next week, I'm Brandon Bates reminding you that, you guessed it, hunting is conservation.